Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If your lawn sprinkler controller is more than 5 years old, give us a shout today. We'll come out and take a look, give you an evaluation, get you set up for a new Wi-Fi enabled smart controller. We can monitor this from our office for you. Give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look. Let's upgrade your controller. It'll save you water. We save you up to about, we're averaging 47 to 51% with our clients. Feedback we're hearing from us. So give us a shout today. We're glad to come out and take a peek. Talk to you soon. Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If you have an outdoor project that we could help you with, we have 0% financing for a year. So if you have a project, you won't be using your money. Why not use our money? Doesn't cost you anything. Now's the time to be thinking about that project you always wanted to get done. It might be a lawn sprinkler, might be outdoor lighting, might be drainage, and or maybe outdoor holiday lighting that you need help with. Now's the time to be thinking about that. Give us a call at the office, 410-721-2342, or hit the link below to find out more about TLC's financing options.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Of the NASRA Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the NASRA Cup Series and the next race. Before a Christmas break, we are at the Talladega Superspeedway. We were at Daytona last night. We're running Talladega tonight, and this is the DSR Electric 275. Good evening to you and yours. I'm Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Mr. Biggles Dean Hopton, and Justin White is also up in the booth. Justin, as we get ready to introduce the starting lineup, man, what a phenomenal job you've done from driver/promoter with this NASRA Cup Series, man.
Yep, I appreciate it. We're just trying to keep this thing rolling. You know, I felt, you know, I seen Brady just trying to put a lead. You know, I see another series together for the cups and cup cars, and you know, I just felt the need that I said, you know, Brady, let me try my hand at it and see what we can do, and we'll make it work. And so far, so good. It's working.
And by the way, I want to remind you that this will be the final race for 2024. When we come back, it'll be on January the 8th for round 12 at Atlanta. Thank you so much, Justin. Let's give you the starting lineup for the NASRA Cup Series DSR Electric 275. By the way, the NASRA Cup Series is presented by TLC Incorporated and the fine folks at Premier Racing Setups. Jonathan Cofield and Drew Ballesteros will make up the front row. Tyler Truex and Ryan Johnson, row 2. Broadfoot Larch, row 3. Merck and Rondoletto. Couple of drivers that are really good in the 60 and the 48 make up row 4. Row 5 will find Matt Cherry, Nicholas Tomlinson, Joshua Suss, Adam Newton. The first 6 rows. The next 6 rows are introduced by my colleague, Mr. Biggles Dean Hopton. Good evening, sir.
That's good. Good evening. I'll get those next 6 rows for you as well. I'm doing some stuff in the background. Matthew will start up in that 13th place alongside Dean and Matthew Robertson. So we've got the Matthews, not the law firm. And then Bo Tiffany right next to him. Jeffrey Johnson and Scott will be aside him. Buzzy Mongol, Shay Trotter, Brian Chu, Joshua Cornier, Matt Holmes there, and Chase Albright, 24th position.
There you go. Top 24. Rest of the lineup will find Tristan Bruce in the 25th spot. The redneck announcer, Jacob Reeves, he'll start 26th. Awesome interview with him, by the way, today on Finish Line. Brandon Schumann, Jackson Wade make up row number 14, and that's your 28-car field as they'll get ready to go here at Talladega. No, wait a minute. My apologies. We're not done yet. Hashtag fake news. Other drivers include Robert Walton and Andrew Alzewski, Tony Burleson, Bobby Grant, Greg Viel, who's back after being sick. Good to see Viel back. Justin Clapper, Jared Poole, 35 drivers. Cody Knott is race director for the NASRA Cup Series. And now, Dean, there's your lineup. And now we can show you the results of tonight's program. Race information for tonight as we'll get ready, I think, for at least another lap under caution. It will be 105 laps. It's the Gen 4 Cup car, not the next gen car. Something you got to think about. Stage 1 to lap number 25. Glass Mechanic Stage 2, lap 60. And then a 45-lap run to the finish for 105 laps in that third and final stage. 3 total sets of tires. Fuel capacity is at 100%. That's something, remember, to watch and keep an eye on. That means it'll be about close to a 30 to 35 laps on fuel for these Cup cars. 3 attempts at overtime if need be. Happy ho 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 to you, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Our final NASRA Cup Series event of 2024 ready to happen in just mere moments. Again, it is clear skies, 68 degrees on the track air temp. Ambient air temp is 68 in the virtual world. Virtual track temp is 77. And look at this. Check out this. Previous winners times 7. I love the graphic, Dean, and it's the honest truth. As we get ready for the next round of this event, we've had 7 different winners in 7 races. Who will be the lucky crazy number 8? Or will one of these 7 finally prevail to be a 2-time winner?
Yeah, there you go. So at the moment, you can see everybody's got it. We've got some new cams for us tonight too. And we've got cams for Octavio, believe it or not, there. So we'll get him up in a second there because the drivers are getting ready to go racing here at Dega. We've got the redneck out there. He loves Dega. He doesn't like the snow, but does he? But thankfully it's not snowing there, Wes.
Oh, and by the way, I think I've turned my camera on as well. It's something that we tried to do the other night. If you want to jump in and say hello to everybody, if you want to get that all set up, we'll do that here in a little bit. I do have my festive holiday background, and my office is a mess, but we'll definitely try to do a little bit of camera stuff here in a little bit if we can. But right now, nonetheless, it's time for the field to come down to the green flag. Jonathan Cofield is the man on the front row. Ballesteros, Truex, Johnson, first 2 rows. They're making their way to the TLC Incorporated restart box, and we are green here at Talladega. We're ready, 2.66 miles, and it is go time here at the Big T. Let's see what happens now. On the jump, Ballesteros, he'll get a jump on the outside lane. Here comes Cofield right there on the bottom. Johnson, Truex right there with them. First 4 rows right there, door to door, and they're going to work their way, Jacob, to you, Dean, down the back straightaway, buddy. Dean Hopton, and they are all still in line. Going to take about a lap or so for these guys to get up to full song.
Oh, we got 3 wide at the back already. That's Merck sticking his nose in there. I was going to say, when's it going to get 3 wide or even 4 wide here at Dega? Certainly is. It's going to leave the 2 out for dry up into that fence line currently at the moment, if he could tuck in, and that's number 2 of Michael Larch. So far, so good. They are paying attention to the race control. Of course, Justin did give them a little bit of a briefing before, along with Brady, to say, take it easy, guys. No doubt. I'm just assuming what you'd be saying. You got 105 big ones to go.
Certainly do. Gotta pace yourself, as we've always said numerous times. To be there at the end of the race, you must first finish, no doubt. And right now, still racing on here for the opening lap. Cofield up in the front spot. He's right there, popping into view. Maybe a little ink and blink and nod for the Alabama driver. That's now his machine. Powers back on the bottom. Ballesteros, Cofield. There's Octavio Rondelet. We got trouble. The front pack has exploded on the turn 3. Opening couple of laps, and the big one has happened here. Oh, no.
That's huge, Wesley. That's huge. And did you see, we just switched the camera on the Octavio. He had a big smile on his face. Just like, oh, well, it happens. What are you going to do about it? Okay, and he was also...
And he had a smile on his face, and then he says, oh, darn, I'm caught up in it. Holy cow, a massive crash. And the caution is out. Here is a pulse popper instant replay. Watch the front row. Watch the 58 of Cofield, the Ballesteros cars. Those were the cars up on the front row. And honestly, Dean, it was an accident from the front row to the back. And then, of course, the field imploded. I'm looking at almost 14 cars involved. Look at the replay. Merck, I think that's Merck, tried to go 3 wide, made contact with Johnson, and around goes the 38. Nowhere to go for him.
And that's Cofield up at the fence.
Wow.
There's the 38. You can see there's the 22 Christmas special, the 19, the 84. You're kind of wondering if Merck got into that one or not. We do have Merck camera as well, but he seemed to be in the mix, didn't he, Merck? On that one then. We'll go back and have a look. So Merck, remember, is running at 3 wide.
Yeah, let's watch this again. 3 wide. Yeah. And there's the contact. I don't want to say that Merck intentionally got into him. I don't think it was anything intentional by any means, Jacob. I'm sorry, Dean, as I always work with Jacob, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dean, as we always say, look at this again. Merck is in the fence. So is these other cars. Cofield airborne. So many good cars torn up in this. Look at this. So many good cars. Great machines that were just trying to get through the first stage. There's the Hot Wheels machine, the number 3.
Jackson Way gets through. Half the field, practically this way. Half the field there, Wes.
Yeah, that's Scott Milligan.
Like all down there. Jacob was on. I'm not sure if Jacob was in the mix there. Sorry. We're going to go back to live pictures because we do have drivers going down into pit lane. You know,
I've got some new pit lane
graphic for you. See that down the bottom now? I've been working on this a little bit. This is going to give you a little indication of some of the drivers that are heading in the pit lane and the times that they're doing. It might be a little confusing at the moment because you can see the times next to their names.
So basically, this is time that's being spent on pit road, and obviously, as you can tell, a lot of these guys are already going over a minute.
Yeah.
Because they're on the, if you will, iRacing vehicle damage policy to try to take time to fix the damage on the cars. And it looks like it's an extensive repair for these guys, for a lot of them here, Dean.
It is. That's half the field. That's half the field. I will get that pissed up graphic a little bit better. It's almost impossible to do this by yourself. You need to be in a race session for it to happen, and you need drivers to be in the pit lane in order to test it, so I'll try to tweak it. Exactly out there, Bill. Wow. Oh, my God, it was massive. And, of course, well... If you want to put out those fires at least and sprinkle your gardens and get all your Christmas lights up there on your property and stuff like that, I think you need to go talk to Bob, right?
Absolutely. Here's a word from, of course, Bob Carr and the great folks at TLC Incorporated. I hate to say this, but the big one, just a couple of laps in here at Talladega.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out, take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks again to Bob Carr and TLC Incorporated. Back here at Talladega, we have a multi-car accident. Just getting things started here as we'll try to get ready for the restart. Drivers involved in this accident, including Jeff Merck, able to continue along, Ryan Johnson as well, Dean Gagliano, Shane Trotter, Matt Holmes, Octavio Rondoletto, Nicholas Tomlinson, Andrew Alzewski. Mm-hmm. Then we've got Joshua Corner, Greg Viel, Gerald Poole, Chase Albright, and those are the list of drivers involved. Big crash here, and a lot of drivers still on pit road as we are ready to restart, Dean.
You can see them down there, so that's Tola Truex as well, too. One of our previous champions, Bo Tiffany's down there, Matthew Robertson, and Coalfield, another race winner I'm talking about as well, too. We had that little graphic. I'll bring that up again. Of course, that shows you the 7 times race winners that we've had here. Because you can currently see your names there as well, too. So this is fantastic. This is looking good that we could get another one here, Wesley. And I think, no spoiler alert, wasn't it? But Mr. Truex as well, obviously he's related to one of the drivers. Did okay, didn't I think, on the championship race the other day?
They did, yes, sir. They absolutely did. So we'll get ready to We'll try to get ready to go back for the restart here at Talladega. Still a long way to go. Hey, there's a whole bunch of cool things that our buddy Dean Hopton is working on behind the scenes. A lot of camera angles, a lot of cool graphics. It started on Friday night, continuing to go on here, and we'll get ready now to show some of those to you as the green flag flies. We're back underway here at Talladega. Lap number 5 of 105 laps, 100 laps to go in this race again. Is right now the restart for Drew Ballesteros. He kind of avoided all of the chaos and mayhem a few moments ago. He now leads them off the corner. Larch the second. Merck able to somehow, again, stay out of trouble from what happened earlier. He now sits himself into the number 3 position. They work their way, Dean, to the backstretch.
They're cranking it up, of course, here at the fantastic Cup Series. And Drew in the lead there because of that big wreck, as you mentioned. A lot of these other big names that are running at the front are now having to do a lot of work to come back. But I'll tell you what there, Jacob, if there is a time to have a crash, have one early. Because then you've got plenty more times to get back up. You don't have that if you do it on the last lap of the race.
Okay, so Dean, I forgive you. You called me Jacob, and I've called you Jacob, so we're even now, right? Okay?
Yeah, here comes Andrew Lowski. He's in the TLC machine there, Bob. He's going up on the high line as well, too, which is not too bad because he's getting somebody to chase him up there as well, too, with the 54.
Yeah, just kind of watching them right now, working their way again off the corner. Another lap on the board here is right now working lap 7 when they come down to the line. Up in front, it is Ballesteros. Larch on the bottom of the racetrack. So is Merck. Clapper is there as well. Single file, there's Andrew Alzewski. Alzewski, we're going to try to stick it 3 wide up in front of them. There's still now going to be 2, at least side by side, the first row or 2 as they work their way through the tri-oval. All the while, Larch now, Suss, they battle for second. Whoa. And here's the big angle of traffic off 4. Coming to the line, look at this.
Yeah, look at that. Joshua Suss in the lead now for the other TLC machine. That's the number 81. Whoa, he's getting turned. Bingo, into the fence. Oh, no, Josh. That's gonna
and a shot in the wall collects a whole bunch of other cars, and here we go again. Joshua Suss with disgust on his face. Drivers involved, Matt Holmes and a couple of more as the caution is out. The 80, the 5, I thought maybe the 11 got a piece of it of Alzewski. So other guys, they were able to continue along, and the yellow is out for the second time. The second Serve Pro caution of this race. Here is another Pulse Poppers instant replay, and watch what happened. Man, Poole, nowhere to go.
Yeah, you have a look at Joshua Suss in the lead there as he pulled out there. The 55 gets into the back of him here. Now, it's difficult to say whether or not he come down on the 55 or not.
Unbelievable.
Hard lick into the fence. Gets collected up, I think, there by about Matty, and there's another driver further back there, and his whole front end's dinged. You saw him try to turn the steering wheel, couldn't. That'll be a tow back to pit road, and yeah, not a happy camper.
See Jeffrey Johnson the second, the 33 there. Another couple of cars there. Jeffrey Johnson the second, Andrew Alzewski the 96 of Gregory Poole, and then of course Matt Holmes, Joshua Suss, worse for wear. Look what happened on board with the 5. You see him, and you saw the look on the face of Joshua Suss. That's awesome, Jacob. We saw what happened to him. Jacob Reeves, I think in the top 20, he was able to bypass and miss it. But, Dean, we're looking on board with Joshua Suss, and you could literally see as soon as he got involved in that accident, the disgust on his face in real time. And, man, they always say a picture is worth 1,000 words. That literally definitely just described it, all of it perfectly.
Do you want to grab him in for a chat? I mean, Josh is probably okay with that one. It's a racing incident. He got into the lead, but we want to hear it from his perspective. I don't think Josh is going to be one that starts, at us too often there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but we'll keep him up on the camera. Some of the drivers are heading down into pit lane, and I guess it's taken the opportunity of a splash and dash or some of that. Maybe Josh will tell us too if we would be going down to pit road.
Let's see if we can check in.
Again, some of these drivers. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got guys coming down on pit road here, and while we're doing that, let's check in with Joshua Suss and see what his take is for Blue Line Racing. Joshua, it's the broadcast booth, man. I can see the frustration on your face. What's your take of what happened out there on the racetrack? And obviously, you've been kind of in this boat before. You might have time. Obviously, I guess you do have time to try to, pick up where you lost and get going back again. Your take of what happened?
Oh, she's dead. It's going to be a you're parked, too much damage. I had a pretty good run. I tried to make it to the bottom. I guess my mirror is off. It showed that I was clear, but I guess I'm too far forward on it, and I just wasn't clear. I keep watching the replay, but it's on me. There's no doubt about it. I guess I'll have some adjusting to do before the next Gen 4 race.
I do see where the 55 kind of got into your at least bumper at the back, but obviously it did look like though you were trying to come down as well. So this is definitely not the type of way to start things out, but honestly, this is Talladega, right? I mean, this sometimes happens this way here.
Yeah, it's Talladega. It's where the cards fall, and unfortunately, mine didn't go in a left hook. It snapped on me and hooked straight into the wall. But yeah, she's dead. I'm done. So I'll probably just help Justin.
Well, buddy, again, sorry to get the bad luck that you got here for sure. But you know that Christmas, you got a Christmas break coming up, so you got a chance to like literally be able to obviously just kind of take it all in and enjoy the holiday, if you will, and get ready for for Christmas and all the fun things that are coming, and then you come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of housework I got to do now. The wife won a $20,000 shopping spree through the radio, so we got a bunch of stuff for for the house. So I got a lot of flooring right now.
You got a honey-do list to help with opening presents up the tree, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what a great time to get the prize one there. Yeah, so get it cleaned up there. So you get $20,000 worth of more stuff in your house, mate.
Yeah.
Well, Joshua, I know it's not pretty to look at right now as we get ready for a restart, but I would say I think you have probably one of the prettiest, good-looking cars of the NASRA Cup Series presented by TLC Incorporated.
I appreciate that. I made Adam Newton a matching one because he's going to start racing more on Wednesdays. So,
there you go.
2 of us. I'm out, so hopefully he gets the TLC car in victory lane, but. Wish I could.
Well, as you know, Adam Newton's coming off of a NASRA Xfinity first ever win last night at Daytona. These tracks are quite similar, a little bit more banking to the corners, so we'll watch and see what the Bulldog can do.
Absolutely.
Thank you much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. That is the driver of Mr. Joshua Suss. What a tough break. He is being reported out of this race, so he is done for here tonight at the event, and again, we'll see what he can do when we come back the first of the year. Have a great Merry Christmas and that honey-do list for my buddy Joshua Suss. And Dean, we'll get ready to go back to a restart, right? I mean, listen, 2 cautions in the opening 10 laps. You never know what Talladega can provide, because there's sometimes races where it can be clean and green, and then we get to the end and there's calamity, or NASRA chaos, as Stephen Bartlett calls it. But right now, we've had cautions galore the start of this race as we'll get ready for a restart.
Yeah, and not just any restart, of course, the TLC restart zone there, because the sprinkler's going to be sprinkling all over the track there. These drivers have to cool down a little bit after that NASRA big one. But as you saw from Joshua Suss, he said it was a bit of a my bad moment, but good spirit there, and a lot of sportsmanship, and, put your head down and see how it goes.
Yeah, let's get back underway here and get back to racing on the restart. Look at now the opportunity for Cherry. He'll now jump to the lead in this number 40, or actually the 54. Cherry, though, falling back. Ballesteros battles back up on the outside lane. To the bottom, he's the leader. Here comes now Cherry on the black car. Now, also, Michael Larch is in the mix. He's won in this series earlier. Right now, he's in second as you're on board with Jeff Merck, climbing back, Dean, through the top 5 off 4.
Jeff Merck, one of those previous race winners as well, too, that we kind of had mentioned this season. And I'll show that graphic up in a second there, as you can see the previous race winners. Jeff Merck battling currently at the moment. Drew leading this one. Michael Larch, Matt Cherry, and Brennan Schumann. Of course, Coalfield was involved in that first incident. We had, as I said, some of the names. We had Tyler Truex was involved in that first incident. They're a lap down. But Michael Larch, he's up here at the moment, isn't he? Matt Holmes, Jackson Wade, Jeff Merck, Greg Beal, and of course Tyler Truex. There are 7 previous champions.
What a solid run for these guys right now. We watch another battle going into the third turn. There it is, 7 winners in 7 races. Everything from Daytona to a road course, obviously, or actually a intermediate speedway and a short track is what I was trying to say. As Ballesteros now in that top spot, he leads the way. Look at Clapper now. Clap on, clap off the Clapper behind Schumann. Down to the inside. Larch on the bottom. Ballesteros under attack with cars on the inside going into turn 1.
Cars on the inside, cars on the outside, and cars absolutely everywhere. And our stage break's coming up as well, too. Soon, there, Jacob. I mean, Wesley. God, we look at each other. We might as well just call each other Jacob at this point. But it's certainly going to be fun.
Hey, mate. We'll just call each other, hey, mate.
Hey, mate. Yeah, g'day. G'day, mate. Mate. Just call each other mate. What if Drew Ballesteros and Matt Cherry be calling each other mates later on? It will be bound to a race win, but
yeah, be something to think about for sure, mate. Is right now Drew Ballesteros down on the inside. Matt Cherry back up top. Remember, stage 1, lap 25. They're coming to the line this time by. It'll be lap 14. 11 laps to go in stage 1 here at Talladega. Remember, final NASRA Cup event of the NASRA Cup Series of 2024 will take off for a couple of weeks, coming back again after New Year's. And look at this great racing going on to the back straightaway as right now Matt Cherry leads them on the top shelf.
Oh, what am I going to do with myself in this break there?
What are we going to do, right?
I'm just going to make more graphics and make the broadcast look better. How's that sound?
There you go. And I know you've definitely been working on the internet side of things too, also fixing all that stuff too.
Yeah. Third modem they've sent me now, even though the modem's not their fault. It's anyway. Let's not get into that.
And right now, obviously, Matt Cherry in the lead, up in front, doing well. Here they come down to the line, working through the tribal here at the 2.66 mile Talladega. Ballesteros down on the bottom. Look at the lap machine on the inside. That's Cofield, just got bypassed and lapped. As right now, we watch these guys working their way back through the field. Ballesteros, Cherry, Larch, Merck, Schumann. That's your top 5. They're right there in the shuffle as we come. The 10 remaining here in stage number 1 at Talladega right now as they dive into turn 3.
Stage points are going to be very important as you get deeper and deeper into the season. As you are aware there, Wesley, you've got... You know, we've got we've got Atlanta to go. We've still got a few more races after that, but of course it switches over to the other cars that some of the drivers feel less and more comfortable with.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Obviously, we have tonight's race here at Talladega, and as I kind of forementioned, we're going to take off for Christmas and New Year's. We come back to action on January the 8th. That'll be with the next-gen car. That'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Then we run Iowa on the 15th. The 22nd, we're going to be at Texas. And then Chicagoland and Daytona. So there is about another, 5, or at least 5 races counting tonight, 4 weeks after the new year. And then we move into the playoffs, and those are the kind of races where we'll see the Sweet 20 begin at Vegas, and then obviously Auto Club Speedway, a track that is shut down, but it's so darn cool when it was active. That precision banking 2-mile track in, of course, Fontana, California, will determine where the championship will be held in the NASRA Cup Series inaugural realm, presented by TLC Incorporated and Premier Racing Setups. Down the back straightaway, Cherry on the inside. Ballesteros right behind him. Now Cherry powers back to the lead. Larch watches on as Schumann and Johnson battle door to door. Nope, check that. That's Merck who's up on the top in the number 60 machine in turn number 3.
Matt Cherry having a good, having survived that first NASRA chaos on the earlier laps, as well as Brendan Schumann. You have to give for the 52 machine. He's up 22 places, and obviously at the right place at the right time to avoid that wreck, and that's what it's all about. This could be one of those races where it doesn't go well for other people, but it certainly goes well for the 52 machine. Let's hope. I want to see another race win. I'm sure you do too, Wesley, to make it 8 in this series. 8 rounds, 8 race winners. What could you ask for Christmas, right?
Yeah, man, no doubt about it. And right now we watch him work the back straightaway. Speaking of a happy ho-ho-ho and a Merry Christmas to you, Santa is watching you. 7 days to Christmas. It'll be Christmas, by the way, next Wednesday. And hopefully you and yours have a great holiday. I'm a bah humbug. I'm sorry. But definitely I love Christmas, the meaning of Christmas, the true meaning of Christmas. And hopefully you and yours have a great time with your family and your loved ones. But again, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe and like for the NASRA 360 Racing Network, where you can keep up with all of the amazing content. And you know what? You know what you need to do, Dean? If there's somebody out there that loves iRacing, as we watch Brian Johnson race on, jump on board. Check out some of the great races of the year on the NASRA 360 Racing Network while you're done opening gifts and spending time with family on Christmas, for sure. Get bored? Cut on NASRA. Watch some previous races. They've been fun this year.
Yeah, exactly. And getting in the Christmas spirit. This is my Christmas spirit. I don't have kids there, so you get the kids. You got to have the tree and the gifts and everything to get it, into that Christmas spirit. Put all the graphics up on the screen there, and I'll get in my little Santa outfit and have some fun over here there. Wesley, as they're about to complete another lap. We should get me close at the moment there, because remember, lap 25 is a stage break, and it will go to caution.
It is, certainly is. Right now, we continue to watch all this happening. There's right now Cherry in the lead. Ballesteros second, Larch, Merck, Schumann top 5. Look at them now. Kind of like in a pyramid formation, right? I mean, one car, one time, single file, then they're 2x2, then they're 3x3, and right now a lap machine on the inside. The battle of 55 and 54, flip-flop that, back and forth. One lap it's Cherry, the next lap it's Ballesteros. And here comes now Schumann to the inside. Larch is the monkey in the middle. Jeff Merck's going to go to the top shelf here, and we're 3 wide behind the leaders, side by side, as we're under 10 to go here in stage 1.
This is stage 1, points up for grabs, exactly what you'd mentioned. So these drivers are going to start once again, your friends become your foes at this point. When you want to be able to get a bit of a push from somebody, you're going to have to do it. Let's see if Drew can hold up. He was getting a push there from Matt Cherry. That's going to work. Anything else going to form up a line at the moment? See Jeff Merck's up the high line saying, come and help me out. But nobody is going to help Jeff Merck out. 49 of Chase Albright and Michael Larch. He's a previous race winner. And Schumann, he's working his way up now. If Schumann can stick his nose up on the inside and someone can help him out, he may take the stage win.
The Exalta colors of the number 55, Drew Ballesteros, stays in his position. Drew in line, Cherry right behind him. Coming up, details on the Atlanta Christmas and the NASRA 500 after we complete stage 1. It'll all be on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Ballesteros on the inside. Here comes now Cherry. He can't get the clear on the top. And Dean, he's got to stay locked to the bottom. He'll lose the draft to the leader as he works off 2.
There he is right now. He's going to have to do that. He's getting a draft at the moment there from Brandon Schumann. That's Michael Larch on the outside there, trying to see if he can get a bit of a push. Lap cars everywhere because of that big wreck that we had at the start of the race. This is it. Couple of go now, gentlemen. Who wants that stage 1 victory?
Ballesteros, Cherry, Schumann, Larch, Albright now, by the way, just climbed into the top 5 in the 49. Greg Viel, who also has won in the series right now in the top 5. As I love that camera view, you know I do, Dean. They've thundered by up into 1, under 7 to go here in stage 1 as well.
Let's see if you can count all the numbers of the cars as they zoom by at 200 miles an hour there, Wes. You'd have to have eagle's eyes. But down the back stretch. Here is this pack at the moment. Going to catch another lap car soon of the 79 machine of Tony Wilson, believe it or not. But there it is. I think Tony's going to stick up to the high side and get completely out of the way on this one. He says, maybe I'll get you guys another time.
Clear a path, and he does just that. That's Tony Burleson in the 79 machine. And look at just how fast it is when you're stacked up with a group of cars, a fast draft, and then when you're all by yourself. But it sounds like lyrics to a song. That's what Burleson was just singing a moment ago. They come flying by the line. Drew Ballesteros now accompanied by Michael Larch, and they're going to go door to door up the bank and end up 1 and 2.
As my lights are flicking, but I've got a UPS backup battery. No, it's not a problem. I've just gone from solar back to the grid. This is the last lap. So, Drew's got to get his nose across there. Matt Cherry, Michael Larch, Brendan Schumann. There's the tiny horse, Ryan Johnson. He's making his way up to the field, but there's no way, unless he's going to stick his nose out there, he's going to get past these two at the front.
Final lap here of stage number 1. I don't know why I said lap 30. My apologies. It is the lap 25, and look at them fighting for stage points, especially if they're full-time. Drew Ballesteros holds on to the point. Oh, he got turned! Oh! Ballesteros turned in the grass! How much are stage points meaning? Ballesteros gets turned. Matt Cherry falls back. Michael Larch on the outside lane will come like a thief in the night and take stage 1.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe that? On the last lap there, we'll go back and have a look at the replay of that one. Drew, I can explain this one a little bit what happened. Did he get a little tap or he got loosey-goosey on his own there, Wes? There.
Look at this. Look at Matt Cherry into the left rear of Drew Ballesteros, takes him into the grass. But then Matt Cherry not able to capitalize from it because look who comes out of nowhere. Michael Larch for Swamp Fox Motorsports. Found the right move, Willis the one, and got it done. The driver is the number 2 of driver Michael Larch. He wins stage 1 here at the DSR Electric 275 at Talladega, and what a wild one again it was. You had to fight for it, and again, I always say this jokingly, but it's the truth though, Dean Hopton. How important is stage points? Look at what we just saw in that last lap a moment ago to determine it.
It's a win, Wesley, and a win feels good. I mean, we've all done it before. We've all won something, at least in our lives. I mean, Joshua Suss's wife won a whole bunch of goodies for Christmas. It's a win. It just gives you that, that sensation. You're like, hey, I've achieved something. The stage win is just as much as a win as a race win. It's something, and it's a positive note, and it builds you that energy going into the next stage, and of course into the rest of the race. And you're like, I can win this. And that confidence boost means a lot to all these drivers.
Let's check in real quickly with the man with Gundog Motorsports, Larch. I think he'll be coming down to the pit lane here, so he is going to make adjustments. We'll let him first pit. And then we'll get a thought with him. By the way, Larch, Johnson, Cherry, VL, Schumann, top 5 in stage 1. Albright, Holmes, Clapper, Walton, and even, how about this one? Octavio Rondoletto, Dean, got wrecked on the start of the race, came back, and still finished in the top 10 for the driver out of Argentina. You see the Pexco Ford coming down to the attention of his crew. It is going to be fuel. It is going to be tires. It is going to be work on the Larch car. And Michael Larch, as we'll get ready to see him finish his pit stop, we'll grab a word with him as you see more and more cars exiting off pit road. There goes, of course, Larch and Michael Larch. It's the broadcast booth. What a wild stage 1, your take of it.
Yeah, that was intense there early on. Those cautions, got pretty aggressive there. Seemed to settle down though. Got going there. A couple of green flags runs. Just took fuel there. We'll see what happens here in the second stage.
And obviously, I hear your spotter. Somebody telling you get behind the 56 of Greg VL. And I gotta ask you, Michael. What's your take of the first that crazy last lap in the first stage? And I mean, you make the move on the outside, and while you're doing that, audience, like and subscribe on this Christmas holiday final race of 2024. But what's your take of what you saw on the last lap? And obviously, how did you know you needed to be on the outside to get that stage win?
I would have been fine with staying to the inside lane. I jumped to the outside.
Right.
And Drew Ballesteros were running together, and we raced in a different series, so we're comfortable around each other, racing with each other. So I was just pushing him and following him, and then once I pushed him out front, he went to the inside, so we were just kind of controlling both lanes because we were going to race it out there. And then, unfortunately, he was on the inside, and he got taken out. The car behind him needed to peak and cool his engine down, and they got together. So it just worked out for me.
Well, Bud, Dean, got any question for Mr. Michael Larch? And by the way, he has won.
Yes.
He won at Michigan.
You can't steal it away from me. That's what I was going to say. You've already won Michigan now, Michael.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to be the only driver to win 2 races this season? Because so far, it's only 7 individual drivers. I want to put a ×2 next to your name in the graphics that we're showing. Would you like me to do that?
I want you guys to do that. That would be great to make that happen, but this is a difficult track to do it at. A lot of it's out of your control, so we'll just buckle in here and see what happens.
Michael Larch from Mantua, Ohio, representing the Buckeye State, winner at Michigan earlier in the year, and he wins Stage 1 at Talladega at the DSR Electric 275. We'll step away and take a break. Stage 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic, is next.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. So give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Bob Carr. Hey, everybody, thank you for joining us. Look at the previous winners. There's been 7 of them. And we're about ready to go into stage number 2 here in the NASRA Cups. The NASRA Cup Series presented by TLC Incorporated and Premier Racing Setups. Here at the DSR Electric 275. Got to thank the sponsors. Couldn't do it without them. Glass Mechanic Stage 2 comes to the green in the TLC restart zone. Sprinklers and water is spraying, Dean. We're ready to go here again at Talladega.
I think Bob Carr TLC would love the rain that we're getting at the moment, because we're even thinking about getting a ride-on mower to cut the lawn because there's so much late. Anyway, no rain here in Talladega at the moment for the race day, Wesley. Just a lot of eager drivers to get the job done. Ryan Johnson, the Tony Horse, up at the front.
And remember, this is stage number 2. Watch the bottom of the monitor there if you want to keep up with the details. This will take us to lap number 60. So they got about 30 laps or so to get on the gas. And remember, last night at Daytona, Dean, for the NASRA Blanchard Tow and Xfinity Series, which I know it's a completely different car, completely different series, but they went on a Superspeedway completely caution-free for stage 2 and even at the latter stages of the race. So maybe these guys got the bad luck out of their system earlier. We could have a good run and good race. It is now Ryan Johnson powers to the lead on the inside in 1.
The Tony Horse getting the Tony Horse things done, and even we heard yesterday after it didn't pan out too well him for the incident that he was involved in. We still have what Jason Morella said. Hey, Ryan Johnson can always fight his way back up to the field there. He didn't quite manage to do it last night, but tonight he is up 3 positions. He did qualify quite well. But to speak of some other new drivers at the moment that are doing some fantastic jobs, we've got the likes there of Greg Beal. He's won the race before. Brendan Schumann, as I said, he's up 22 places, 29 places for Greg. Matt Holmes is up 20. Chase Albright, Brian Chu, Robert Walton. Oh, surely love to see some of these drivers get this race win for the first time this season here in the NASRA Cup Series. Dr. Pepper's going to loosey-goosey, mate. That's the picks too.
Yeah, you know, you got to think there's a lot of drivers here, right, that want to have the opportunity. They want to have the shot of winning in this series, and we kind of watch them right now work their way back around the racetrack. Another lap on the board here is, again, still a mighty long way to go. We haven't even reached the halfway mark of this race. Now, we will whenever we get to lap 53 in this race with still 52 remaining of this 105-lap race. But honestly, you got to be patient. Am I right here, Dean? We saw some craziness on the start of things, but right now these guys are just kind of minding their P's and Q's. This is the smart thing to do to get to the end of this race. And then let's get to that third stage, and may the best man win. Let's have a free-for-all then, if you will.
Oh, yeah, let's start dooring each other.
Not a free-for-all. I retract my previous statement. My bad.
Jacob Reeves at the moment, he's been loving it. I mean, he loves Dega. He really gets excited about this track, as you know. At the moment, he's getting excited the fact that Adam Newton, of course, as you mentioned there, a race winner for the first time in that one, is sporting the old TLC livery. And you heard that from Joshua Sussett, who always was sporting livery, but he's all dinged up down there in pit lane. But Adam.
And by the way, look at that number 4 machine right there, as we mentioned. A lot of cars out of this race. Remember, we talked about it as we watched them working their way back around the racetrack, put another lap on the board. But there is the man right there, that beautiful-looking race car. Joshua Suss kind of hinted on it a little bit, and there it is, that beautiful race car. Is that Adam Newton, I believe it is?
The Bulldog.
It is, the driver of the Bulldog. Winner last night, by the way, Dean, at Daytona in the NASRA Blanchard Daytona Xfinity Series. Could you believe that last night was his first ever career Xfinity Series win in NASRA? I couldn't believe that.
Wow. Considering he's won a championship before, hasn't he? Oh, the 54 in the fence up there. Hi, that's Matt Cherry. He loves it running up and close to that fence, but I say buy it flowers, my friend, if you're going to take it out for a date or, or dancing partner, as Jacob Reeves would say. Jacob Reeves, let's go to the middle here. This last thing is Dyson doing. Make way, redneck coming through. Ding, ding.
The redneck announcer, Jacob Reeves. By the way, I had a phenomenal interview with him on the on my Finish Line Motorsports Show season finale earlier this morning. It was 3 hours long. I invite you to go check it out at hashtag Finish Line Motorsports Show. Check it out. And don't forget to check out the door banging download. There you see Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer, up on the outside lane, making it work. And look at this now happening up in front. Larch has got company. VL on the outside. Look at Jeff Merck. We're going to go on board with him, I believe. On the bottom right, he's on the camera. Look at him wheeling and dealing. And now down to the inside. Look at him on the wheel here at Talladega off 4.
Jeff Merck was, you can see, struggling, but it was fighter pilot Jeff Merck, is it, I have to say, isn't it? Because he's using the, as fighter pilots do, concentration levels through the roof. He went up high all by himself there. I'll tell you what, Joe Wesley, that high line at the fence, up to the fence, that's starting to work even if you are left alone without a dancing partner this evening.
Bill the Masshole says, I can't go that long without hearing Wes. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. My mama used to say we could only take Wesley, but in small dosages back in the day. So
that's why you went to announcing. That's right. Perfect industry for you to go there, Wes.
That's right. I call a short stint and I shut the hell up. And then I go off into la-la land for sure. No, thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Everybody else as well. And I do hope you and yours have a holly jolly Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. And don't forget the true reason of the season is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for sure. Greg VL up in front. Look at the snowflakes. Listen to Santa. He's giving everybody a happy ho-ho-ho as well. Down into the corner. Look at Merck going to the lead in 2 there, Dean.
Here comes Merck, of course. Where's Dawn out there? She'll be going, come on, Merck. Let's bring it here at the front here. Merck is a previous race winner in the NASRA Cup Series, and not just the NASRA Cup Series. He's won a few other races before in his time. But the number 60, well, he knows what to do. It's, once again, it's whether or not he's going to help out some of these other drivers or not, and or just get rid of himself. Be a little bit, you can be a little, Christmas is the time for giving, isn't it? So you might want to lift off and allow your teammate to win the race there so they can get themselves locked in and give us an 8th winner in the Cup Series this season. Well, I think we're too early on this one, Bez, because we're not even in stage 2 yet.
Yeah, we have a long way to go, right? I mean, still a long way to go in this race as we continue to see all of this happening, working off the corner. And remember, this will take us all the way to lap number 60. So right now, halfway approaching, as well as lap 60 in stage 2. And Dean, here's something to think about. Gen 4 cars, right? How old is the Gen 4 car? We're seeing cars from the early 2000s being run here at Talladega. As right now, the Sheets number 38. Look at him up in front, the Mountain Dew Sheets entry. Ryan Johnson, the tiny horse. He made noise last night in the Xfinity race in Daytona. He's doing the same here in the Cup race at Talladega. As Merck's on the outside off 4.
Oh, you called it with those cars being a little older, but a little older means they're built better too back in the day, isn't it? And of course, it's a classic. And when you start getting classics, you start paying big bucks for some classics. You like some old Shelby Cobra or any of those sort of classic cars, of course, parked in your garage. An old Ferrari or an old Mercedes and stuff like that. Yeah, it's still worth a pretty penny. And of course, these drivers get to throw it around the track at Talladega as quickly as possible and don't have to worry about returning it or doing it.
It is the TLC Incorporated NASRA Cup Series presented by the fine folks at Premier Racing Setups. I am Wesley Outland. Dean Hopton is alongside, not only as color analyst, but also on production. And we welcome you to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. 2.66 miles, 33 degrees of banking, the world's fastest superspeedway in the world. Here for right now, watching them go at it on iRacing. It is Merck in the lead. Some slicing, some dicing going out. Look out, Gordon Ramsay. They're pulling out the chopping block from the top to the bottom, and Merck's going to go to the lead on the inside of it, too.
Yeah, if you're talking about Gordon Ramsay, I would have to be using that quite a bit there.
Donkey! You donkey! You fired, you donkey! Get out! Oh, wow. I love you, Dean.
I love you too, Wesley. Let's go racing here in the NASRA Cup Series in Talladega. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. So 30 of you watching here. All sorts of, you're not going to miss everything. You're going to find something new every single time you listen to Wesley in his fantastic commentating. And you haven't even heard the jiggle and a bobble and all these fantastic classic trademark terms that Wesley has. But Wesley, I do have some drivers I'd like to show the cam. There's always at the front, but we do have Brandon. Brandon tunes it every once in a while. Brandon shows his camera, so there's Brandon Royfield. He's another VR driver of somebody in the background. So,
hey, buddy, somebody's behind you.
He's got to tape him on the shoulder.
If your house is being robbed, you don't know about it, Brandon.
Where are you hiding the cookie jar from Grandpa there? As she would say, well.
Is that a candle behind him on the table? I think it was. Yes, it is. Look at it. Look at the candle burn.
Oh, wait, something's on fire. No, don't tell him about it at the moment. So that's Brandon.
No, jokingly.
Yeah. So good on you, Brandon. We do have, as I said, for the first time, Octavio is giving his cam. So you get to see what it's like with you in the land of Argentina, which is obviously hot right now. He's got a fan on him. I can't blame him. But he's so cool, calm, and collective, isn't he, Octavio? He's just like, we saw him before in that big wreck that happened. He just smiled. He's like, there's nothing he can do about it. He was involved in that wreck. But he's fighting his way back up. P11. And that's the.
Yeah, I think you jinxed him, right? Yeah. And what else do we got? What do we got? Ryan Johnson. Is Ryan Johnson on camera?
Yeah, we got Ryan Johnson. He's leading this race.
Mark is on camera.
Yeah, the tiny horse likes to be his camera. You know what he's like. PR. I did notice when I was watching.